I always enjoyed folk horror as well, and kind of bringing in the natural elements. So that was why we brought in the supernatural element into the film, and it was a psychological film, and I wanted to focus on the mind of Simon, the main character, and how he struggles with addiction. And I wanted to represent that feeling in a unique way. I wanted to get inside his mind and show that this is a feeling that a lot of people can relate to. I think everybody has their vices, people have their obsessions, addictions, and the way that it affects all of us is similar. Is it seems like our environment and our reality is almost changing, and it's sort of creating excuses, and it bends to support the addiction that we have, and all of this takes place in our minds, and ultimately, if we're able to control our minds, then we are able to control, our entire selves and our reality.
And as a first-time filmmaker, do you think that this path is your signature path as a filmmaker? Do you think you want to stick to this topic in the next projects, if there are any? I would like to hear more about this.
So in terms of subjects, yes, I always prefer psychological movies that can relate to humanity and how we think and how we are. And sometimes I like to highlight even the worst parts of what humans can do and what they are capable of. I would say a lot of the movies I write aren't typically the most optimistic. Maybe I want to try to do more of those, but I do want to make movies that are truthful and sometimes face harsh realities.
Some people think that films sometimes can change the world, but some other people think also that films are made because it's a self-expression of the artist, or it just make us think differently or see things differently. Where are you at in this statement?
I think films absolutely can change. I don't know how I feel about how it can change the world, but I definitely think it can change people's worlds. I think it can have a very powerful impact on people. It could change the way people think. It can introduce new ideas to people. It can stir up emotions that they may have never felt before. And I feel like that's one of the most important elements of film, is being able to provoke that kind of emotion. And it can be happiness or sadness, or it can be confusion as well.
Well, that's very actually inspiring with the way you said it. So now that you decided what's going to be your signature storytelling way, what's your next project? Do you have any, or are you just sticking now and like resting from the first film? Tell me a bit more about that.
So I have started working on another project. It's more of a comedy mystery. So there is some elements of horror, but it's, I would say, dialed a bit less than the one that I showed at this festival. And I'm also working with a smaller crew, so I'm co-writing it with someone. I wanted to introduce the idea of working with more people and bouncing ideas off of each other, and it's been interesting so far. It's kind of, you give and you take, and you can't call all of the shots. You have to share that, and it's more of a collaboration. But it's been a lot of fun so far, and I'm looking, hopefully we can get to filming that this summer.
And make sure to submit to the Canadian Independent Film Festival. I really like the way you said to give and to take, because like when you said it, I thought, yeah, cinema takes a lot from us, but it gives us a lot on many levels. So thank you for saying that. Thank you very much, Marc-André Blouin, the director, writer, and producer of the film The Trees Can Hear You. Welcome.
Thank you so much.